Oh man, so they finally coming for Adam 22, bruh. They finally coming for Adam 22. And somebody trying to extort him. You know what I'm saying? But we finna watch the video up on it, man. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Show the channel some support. All you gotta do is like, comment, and subscribe, man. Or subscribe, like, and comment. Whichever one. But y'all go ahead and do that for you, but let's get into the video.
Only 100. I'm gonna be totally 100 because when they play back, they gonna be like, oh, Jay, real messy, woo.
Nah, this ain't no messy shit.
I don't care. I feel some type of way. I still been on your head, T-Real. Why the fuck you been on back on Fig yet, nigga? You got numerous DMs. You done been smack is the homie. You already know what the business is. You see how a nigga moving and grooving. You talking about being back on Fig. I just pulled off of 51st and Fig and drove here, right? What is the situation where, and let's be honest, I don't care. The last time I said this, it was all type of people that comment, oh, you just mad, don't want nobody. No, what are we doing here? What are you doing? You're representing something that people have gone to jail for. People have put their life on the line for it. I've been shot for myself for what you talking about, back on Fig.
Yeah, I mean, all that could be true, but that don't mean that he gotta have you on his show, on his podcast. You feel me? That don't mean that what you did in your past is what you did in your past. And if it need to be brought to the light or if it's getting talked about, then I mean, what that mean? I mean, that ain't no obligation to have you on his podcast, bro. It really ain't.
And when somebody doing something with their life and promoting positivity and changing their life by growth and development, why are you not exhibiting that, T-Real?
It starts off with positivity, but it turns into non-positivity fairly quickly. I'll be real with you, big dog. I've never met you. I've never talked to you. I don't know who you are, man. But that man don't owe you nothing. Like, Tino don't owe you a goddamn thing. Yo, if I start a podcast because I'm from a gang, and if I name my podcast after somewhere I'm from, again, I didn't name my podcast Hoover Street. I named my podcast Back on Fig. Right? So if I start a podcast and I'm from a gang, that means I have to interview all Hoovers? That means I have to drop everything I'm doing to interview any Hoover who wants an interview? Right. Is that how it works? Like, my podcast right now...
And that wouldn't be smart, because some of them probably ain't coming with the right intentions, like Buddy right there. You know what I'm saying? Some of them might be coming to be on it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just bring everybody in the mix of your business. You know what I'm saying? You can't just like he said, you can't just drop everything because this who I used to run with, or this what I'm talking about. That ain't how it go.
Like, it's now property of the Hoovers. That's what that means, bro. The streets should never dictate your business.
Right.
You should keep your business, because Back on Fig is an actual entity. It's a LLC. It's a registered business in California. It pays taxes.
Okay.
So you should keep that separate from any and all forms of gangbanging. But this dude is essentially preaching that Back on Fig, the business, is not a separate entity from the street gang Hoover, because he's saying, I've gotten shot representing Hoover, so hence I'm entitled to Back on Fig, because Back on Fig is a property of Hoover.
Why are you not? Why you ain't got the homies? I'm not the only homie that's a published author from Hoover. Why are you not publicizing? Why are you not pushing the narrative of growth and development from coming back onto Fig from greater heights? We coming back to Fig because we left Fig to get better, to do better. But no, you want to put, you know what? Let's just be open with this survival way. You want to put these whack rappers, give them spotlights on your show, promote them. I don't know what deals y'all doing in the back end, who's paying who's greasing whose palms. But for the fact that you see somebody who's from your own neighborhood
No. Yeah, I don't think. He said who's grease and who palms. Y'all already know what you mean by that. That's crazy word, bro. That's crazy word. I don't think it should be that deep just because you ain't on his podcast. You know what I mean? I don't feel like that's right. You know what I'm saying? You throwing shade out there that you ain't got no facts behind. Like you said, you don't know. So just keep it about, you feel me, like you trying to change, you done changed, and you want to promote your book. Shoot your shot like that. Like, you know, put me on the show so I can promote my book. And I can show you that, you know what I'm saying, it's difference out here. You know, he out here throwing shade on them though.
Good. Progressive, putting in work, trying to, you know, carry this name on their back on Fig, and you won't even open the door. You toot your face up. Now, I ain't talked to Smack personally about the situation, but I know you seen that last podcast, and you know, you heard when I said fuck. And I'll say that again in your face with a fade behind it, but it'll never be in a situation where it's aggressive. Ain't nobody finna go to jail. We ain't gonna do none of that extra shit.
That would sound like though.
Because how dare you look at what I'm doing and say by not acknowledging it?
You want to give me the fade. You want to fight me.
Okay.
Because I'm not acknowledging you. People, only in gangland would this make sense. Only among gangbangers would this make sense. You want to harm me, fight me, even though I have one hand, I'm handicapped. You want to fight a handicapped man, not because I disrespected you, not because I talk trash about you, but because I'm choosing to exist in my own world and not acknowledge you. People, this is insane. He goes from this, and he then begins to tell T-Rail that I believe in subtle threats. He tells T-Rail, yo, if you don't invite me, I'm done asking, I'm popping up. And who gonna stop me from coming?
What?
Some days T-Rail filmed back on Fig at his home. So he is essentially saying, hey, listen, I'm gonna pop up at your office or at your home. And nobody gonna stop me, and I'm gonna force my way on the pod.
Man, I wish you would. If that was me, I'd be hoping on it. Cause you gonna get what you had for. You gonna get what you asked for, that's on me. You calling me mad because I won't put you on my podcast? And you getting interviews because you on one right now. You got a platform right there that's allowing you to, you know what I'm saying, get out what you got on your chest, because evidently you got something on your chest, my boy.
Cast. And then he also says, hey, I don't need to do a podcast to reach y'all. I know where people's mamas stay. Hold on. This is over a podcast appearance? Yo, it feels like these is ops.
I'm gonna be on regardless.
On this talk your shit. Talk your shit.
I don't care if I gotta just pull up with Smack and strong on my way through the door one day. You don't know I'm coming.
Talk your shit.
Like my nigga said, it's disrespectful. Don't pull up with nobody, but who gonna stop me?
Right. Talk your shit. Okay.
I'm little Blue Rag, 52nd Street. Come ask about who gonna stop me. But the thing about it is that being respectful without taking it to, you know, that shit, because this will be, after this era, it'll be a conversation in the hood later on. You know,
right.
That ain't got nothing to do with this. It'll be who been this conversation. And it'll be a couple conversations.
That's why I said let me.
And then the next time I come back on the show, I'm gonna tell you about what happened then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But my thing is this. I could really care less if I'm on back on Fig or not. Cause I just.
That's cap though. If you didn't care, why would you go on the next podcast to talk about a whole nother podcast and showing that you angry because you ain't getting, you know what I'm saying, on their show? You ain't able to show your face, promote your book, you know what I'm saying? But you saying ain't about the podcast, you talking about you want to fade somebody. I ain't heard it got to the showing up to the mama house yet. I'm sure it's in here. You know what I'm saying? So this man cap, bruh. He mad. He probably got a little bit of envy in him. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a sad way to go out. You know, that's a sad way to be, man.
pulled off of 51st Street. I'll go to nigga Mama house. I'll pull up where a nigga eat food and kick it.
I don't care how that was meant. I don't care if in his mind he didn't hear it as a threat. If you tell me I can't stop you from coming to my podcast and you know where my mama stay and where I eat at and you go, nah, bruh. Yo, I don't care what conversation is had after this. You ain't never coming on my podcast, homie.
I'm telling you.
That's something that I'll be willing to die behind, bruh. I'll die about it before I'll allow a man to come publicly and say, you can't stop me from coming to your podcast. I know where your mama stay. Hold on, bro. Hold on, man.
And if I did let you on there, just like you put that out on public, how you gonna act? You gonna publicly apologize. You gonna publicly say you wasn't standing on business. You ain't mean it. You know what I'm saying? And you wanted to get you some money. You needed me. You needed my help. That's what you gonna say. Real talk.
The rappers ain't the only ones being extorted in California, man. They're trying to extort the podcasters now, bruh. At the same time that Hoover is trying to extort back on Fig, you had another Hoover OG called Gumpy in the No Jumper building trying to extort No Jumper for donations to his community, as well as telling No Jumper that they should stop hiring people who don't like Hoover. So this dude came to No Jumper to tell Adam that he has a problem with Adam putting people on his platform who don't like Hoover, and he came to regulate that. He came to make sure that that's no more.
I mean, you giving opportunities who are opposed to my community an opportunity to speak ill and spread propaganda against us. Like, do you know you the number one contributor to gang violence in the city?
I did not know that. Who has used this platform to talk down on the Hoovers?
Everybody that's up here. You got a whole dude up here. What's his name? Clown Mac? That little dude right there?
Crip Mac.
Clown Mac. Like I said, Clown Mac.
We've never really, let him
stop.
Talk all crazy
okay,
about
stop. But this is the whole point I'm trying to make. He got, and this how y'all know he lame as the motherfucker got Hoover Killer spelled out like in crayon. He ain't even got it whacked out. Everything on me whacked out. On Hoover, I'm really like that. On Hoover. But if he had the gang.
Hey man, I think they sit around each other and they were just like, look, we need some bread, we need some money, so what we gonna do is we gonna go to these podcasts and we gonna start extorting. If you wanna talk about us, you gonna have to pay us. I feel like that's a conversation they had, cause this ain't making no sense. These boys just start coming out of here and just, they own them. They own the podcast. They own them. They own their heads, man. I think they sit around and came up with this. It's a scheme right here.
He's up here. You'd have bleeped that out.
No, I would not.
Yeah, you would have.
Absolutely not. Why would I do that? Who cares?
You would have.
Why?
You would have.
I let people say anti-gay shit all the time.
Oh, I'm not really a fan of your show. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you need some whole Hoovers up in here. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what you on.
But isn't everybody playing these games?
No.
Not everyone,
no,
but a lot
Hoovers don't play like that. We don't play like that.
So it's like a rule. It's been set down.
Period. Listen to me. If you don't understand this, see, the devil was sent here to deceive everybody. These dudes got y'all thinking they us. They dress like us, dance like us. Just go do y'all history. The Hoovers put the Crippin' in Crip. Everything they do comes from us. Everything. Just ask them.
Bro, I know it ain't that deep. I know it's not that deep, man. It might be that deep. Let me rephrase it. It might be that deep. But to be going all the way back in the history and just I just don't understand it, man. Why it matter, bro? If y'all got the same forms, same colors, the same beliefs, you might as well just join each other. What we doing?
Y'all need to be giving me some royalties. Over here in our community, we feel like you on the other side.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I've debunked that.
No. Your name's Adam 12 from neighborhood. That's what you call you on gang. What you mean?
I don't think nobody really thinks that I'm
we do.
Size, right?
Yeah, yes, the we do.
Why would you think
I explained to you before about this before I talked to you in the conversation on the phone.
Right,
I explained to you. Yes, we did. When you told me you was gonna pay me for coming on this motherfucker, and you told me you was gonna donate something to my community. You know,
WAC 100 is watching this, and WAC 100 hears some trigger words like, "Yo, you not gonna keep hiring people to come up here and talk about the Hoovers." So the trigger word is you are now trying to dictate who he can hire. You're telling Adam, "Oh yeah, we look at you as one of the enemies now. Oh yeah, you neighborhood now for how you conduct business." Now you're trying to tell him how to conduct business. And then you say, "Oh yeah, you told me you gonna give that donation to my community, right?" That's a little different than paying him to be on a podcast. You're now giving a donation to the community. So WAC is hearing this, and WAC is like, "Adam, you done lost your mind. Are you crazy? Do you understand what you're getting yourself into? Do you understand once the payments start, they can't stop?"
Right.
Once they're successfully able to extract money from you, know what's gonna happen now? They're gonna now come back. It's now gonna be a recurring thing of, the donations can't stop. So WAC 100 hears this, and WAC says, "Hell no, I'm not going for this." So WAC calls into No Jumper to make the stance known that he's not tolerating, he's not going for no type of extortion whatsoever. That nobody is gonna dictate anything that goes on with No Jumper, at least while he's in the building.
Adam, check this out, bro. Never again do you allow motherfuckers to come in our building and think he can sit in there and question you and tell you who you supposed to be doing business with.
You're talking about 4 Extra?
Gumpy is disrespectful. Why you?
Hey, we live right now,
Oh,
by the
you
way.
talking about the Gumby interview?
No, I just didn't know if you knew.
I don't give a whatever I say, one conversation right. Everybody know that. First of all, dude talking to you about homosexuals, right? Did you forget who in that room with you? Everybody in that room know where I'm finna go. Nigga, his homies online performing fellatio acts on one another, putting on lace pantyhose and rubbing oil on their body. It's online.
What?
So I didn't let a motherfucker come in your building, right, and tell you who you not acknowledging and who you supposed to be doing business with. Hey, listen, Adam, I'm making an executive call. All gang members gotta be submitted to the table, and us as a whole, we talk about it. Because it seems to me, they feel like if they press you, they can get in there. Nah, start blaming WAC. Because I'm tripping on this dude right here.
Damn, you ain't feeling Gumby, huh? Yo, everybody gotta go become members and check out the Gumby interview that I did. WAC ain't feeling the energy. Me personally, I thought it was good content. I'm gonna sit down with somebody that got issues with me. We're gonna make a movie.
That's all Adam think about. Good content, good money. You know what I'm saying? He ain't worrying about nobody really pressing him or doing nothing to him because, of course, it's Adam 22. But he really be getting pressed, man. And I think a lot of stuff, like Buddy said, even though I don't feel like it was right that he trying to extort the man, in a sense that he trying to extort him, he ain't just come out and say, y'all just gonna pay me. You know what I'm saying? He ain't just come out and say that. But I get what was going on. You know what I mean? And Adam, look at him. Just that's his part. he look lost, man.
Pyro just told me that Gumpy was being forced to perform fellatio on one of their G-hoes.
All right, man. Listen, you gotta come with receipts if you're gonna say some that WAC. It was good talking to you, man.
On the line beat, in the pen.
I know, he killed his op. Well, really,
This guy.
no, Gumby killed the guy who was trying to make him his prison, so he killed him.
Did he get convicted of that? Then he didn't.
He did it, but
Right.
innocence program got him out.
So your opinion, that means it was justified. That means it was
He
justified.
always says, I already know I'm going to hell.
Hey,
I already know I'm going to
it was
hell.
justified and
No Jumper ain't a liquor store, bro. It's a prestige over there, and The fact that dude come in there like he's pressing the line about who is and who ain't gonna be in the building, that's out, bro.
In this instance, I think Wack is correct because other gang members are watching and they're probably thinking, well, I'm tougher than Gumpy. I'm tougher than this dude. I'm tougher than this dude. And if you allow one person to do it, regardless of how tough we think that person is, there's another person who thinking they tougher. And if that person watch you submit or accept the authority of this one guy,
right, then
those other people are gonna be like, oh, well, you gonna submit and accept my authority too. So
that's right.
Wack 100 seen that, and even though the dude did it in a very slick way,
right?
Donations, you gonna stop having these people here. Wack 100 is calling in to crash out to make sure that dude, not only do he not accept his authority, but he's going to disrespect them and then tell Adam, hey, bro, no, none of these dudes is gonna come up here thinking they pressing a line, thinking they dictating anything. Because if I'm in a building, that also applies to me. Because if he can come up here and dictate this building and dictate what's going on here, then that means he dictates what I got going on, and that's not the case.
Right.
Hey, a lot of y'all may feel a way about Wack, but I feel like it's days like this that Wack 100 is needed at No Jumper. Because without Wack, nobody else would have probably stood up or even have been able to even spot what's going on.
Right.
Wack 100 being able to spot it, identify it, and put a stop to it, I think that's it. Now, I don't know if Adam is still going to move forward with the donation to the community, but yeah, I think when it comes to donations,
yeah, man, he just gonna talk a little bit, but yeah, man, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? That was a little bit, you know what I'm saying, extra. You feel what I mean? That is Adam 22, you know, podcast, and he should be allowed to have whoever he want on there. You feel me? But y'all dropping them comments, man. Jumping them comments. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think, man. Until next time, this is Jackpot's Reaction, and I'm